name's Kendall, welcome back to the channel, and today I have another skate park tour for you guys, and we're here in Waynesville, North Carolina at the Waynesville skate park. Now I just rolled up to the park, and upon first impressions, like, this could potentially be one of my favorite skate parks I've ever skated, I've ever been to in my life. Like, everything here looks really good, so let's just get right into the skate park tour. So the skate park is weirdly set up. It's set up kind of like a triangle formation for some reason. So we're just gonna start in one direction and make our way around this triangle. So in the back of the skate park, there's probably like an 8-foot quarter pipe with some like pool coping on top. And it's not like a straight little mini ramp. You kind of have to come in at an angle. Kind of weird. I guess you can just use it to turn around. But that's there at the back of the park. And then we go into this A-frame section, which is right here, which this looks pretty fun. It's got a gap and it has a rail over it, so you can hit both. And then right next to this A-frame is this rail. Now this rail here is pretty sketchy. It's probably less than a foot away from some rocks. So unless you're really confident on rails, I'd probably stay away from this. Ideally, this should have been put farther away from the rocks or just put some grass there. Because really, like, if you skate this rail, you're gonna eat it into those rocks. Just not the best placement. The rail is nice. The rail by itself is nice. Like, it's a good height, it's good for beginners, but it's just too close to those rocks. You know, it's like half of skateboarding is this mental battle, and if you think you're gonna fall on the rocks, it's just gonna like deter you from even trying your trick in the first place. But that's this section. And then right behind this section is all of this, which is probably one of my favorite parts. And you've got two beautiful ledges at a perfect height for anybody right next to each other. You can get some nice clean lines on these ledges. And on the other side, you've got a bank with like this ledge in the middle. Just a really nice spot. It's also really flat and smooth in the middle, so you could skate flat here. Perfect place for a game of skate. Just this whole place right here is pretty good. And then right behind that, there's like this quarter pipe, but it's like a giant wave looking thing. There's coping all around the top. I think you're just gonna use this to turn around. But yeah, this is a great section. I love skating ledges. Definitely gonna spend some time here. Moving on to the next section. Right here we have a Euro gap with a rail. We also have a bump to rail, and then we can also skate this as a handrail going down this hill. This is pretty cool. It's kind of mirroring this on the other side, except on this side of this section we have, again, another hubba, another handrail, but this side has a force there instead of a Euro gap, which is nice. And then right in front of this is this little bump thing you can use to pump to hit the bump to ledge, which is right there, which is a nice addition. And then right behind the bump is just this massive bank slash quarter pipe, again, to probably turn around and get speed to hit this obstacle if you're going up to this bump to ledge. Now right now, my favorite part about the park is that there are different tiers for each thing. Like, there are small ledges at the back of the park, there are bump to ledges here, there are handrails, there's a normal rail, and then right here we have a 3-stair if you don't want to skate the 4-stair, which is really nice. And then there's a small ledge on top of this. But this part right here is the weirdest part for me because it cuts right through the triangle. So if people are skating the edges of the triangle, if you skate this middle section, you're just gonna like clash and run into each other. And this is what I was talking about the flow of the park doesn't really make a lot of sense with this here. But it is here. We do have this kind of like launch ramp hubba situation. And like I said, I mentioned the 3-stair at the top, another bump to ledge. And on the other side, it's just 2 banks with an out ledge, which is pretty cool. And you could also skate that as a manual pad. But that's gonna tour the Waynesville skate park. So now you know what we've got to do. We've got to skate it. Let's get warmed up. Let's skate this place. Again, like I said, first impressions of this park are really positive right now. There are a lot of things going on that are really good about this park. And let's just go skate it. expectations were thoroughly met. This is probably one of the best skate parks I've been to in North Carolina for sure. Everything is pretty much perfect. The outledge, the ledges, the stair set, everything was perfect. I'm still stoked on the fact that I landed that kickflip. That's the first time I've done a flip trick down any stairs since my toe injury. I did kind of tweak it a little bit on my first sticking of the kickflip, but after that the pain went away and I landed 2 or 3 of those kickflips, and the last one being the perfect and the best of the bunch. So I am like beyond stoked. This trip was definitely worth it. So I actually just realized today is Tuesday, June 21st. Today is Go Skateboarding Day. And as much as I would like to stay here and skate all day just because I love this park so much, I'm still about 3 hours away from my house. I'm on my way home from a wedding that I was at last night. I drove about an hour to get here, and then I've got 3 hours left to get back home. This skate park was just kind of a stop on the way home. Just because I've seen so many good things about this park and I wanted to check it out for myself, and I am so glad that I did. So this skate park is probably gonna be really out of the way for a lot of people, but I would highly recommend you come check out this park. If you're a local of this area, you need to be super grateful that you have this thing, because again, this is like one of my favorite parks I've been to, and I've been to a lot of different skate parks in North Carolina as a part of these skate park tours, and for sure, this is it. Like, I wouldn't mind this being my local. This is better than my local back home in Lexington. That's gonna wrap up this skate park tour. If you got something from this video, please hit the like button for the YouTube algorithm that pushes my video out to other people. And if you wanna see more of me, hit that subscribe button because I upload every Friday at 8 p.m. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.